Hey guys, today I thought that we would try something a little bit different and sit down and have a little chat about the channel. Just kind of an update vlog, if you will, because a lot is happening behind the scenes and I kind of want you guys to be aware of it moving forward. So everyone's kind of like knows what's going on. Some of you may remember that about 3 weeks ago I said that I was headed off to England and that videos would be kind of popping up while I was gone. And a lot of you will probably remember videos were not popping up as I was gone. It just ended up being way too much to juggle both the trip and editing the videos at the same time, which is why most of those videos are coming out now. So this is actually my first video back home that I'm recording for the trip. Actually, I already recorded a few videos today, but this is the first day of recording. Some of you guys were asking about my trip. I did have a wonderful time and I did vlog a little bit, but it ended up being much more of like scenery vlogs. So I was going through the footage. I was like, okay, this is not entertaining, but I'll put a little bit of a montage at the end of this video so you guys can at least see what I kind of did while I was over there. I think that covers most of the trip. What's next here? Oh, YouTube. Okay, so I kind of wanted to give you guys an update on the whole channel, in particular, what's been going on. So you probably noticed that the videos have been coming on a consistent basis now, which I'm really happy about. I'm going to try to keep that moving forward. I think that I can steadily do one video every day for the foreseeable future. I don't know for certain, but that's going to be my goal, is to make that happen. You noticed probably that the thumbnails are looking a little better, bit better. I'm getting better at the craft, which I'm very excited about because I knew going in, like everything was not going to be good, and it wasn't for sure. But it is neat to kind of see the channel evolving, and there's actually some videos that I'm proud to show off and say, yeah, I really enjoyed that video. I thought that was funny. Like Heart's Medicine, I enjoyed a lot. So just slowly being able to see the channel evolve into what it is, seeing the community that's coming up around it. I always look forward to your guys' comments down below. Every time I post a video, I'm like, I'm waiting for whatever time I've set it for. I've been kind of going back between like 4 o'clock my time and 2 o'clock my time. So I've been playing with that, but I'm just like sitting there waiting. I'm like, I can't wait till people say whatever. Just because it's not that like I want to hear like praise about the video or something like that. I honestly just enjoy talking to you guys. Like I respond to everything down in the comments below. So if you haven't like chatted at all down below, like please say hi. I love talking to people. Just some general notes, I guess, like with the channel, you notice like I'm making a lot of changes, like the lighting here / the background. Remember, I did like a blue background before. Now it's a black background, and I've actually spent about an hour boarding up all the windows in here so I could get this weird light. I'm not sure I love it yet, but I'm gonna keep playing around with that, you know, one step at a time, because that's all you can really ask for. But it is neat to see all those little changes add up. You know, those slow steps, they're moving the channel in the right direction. One change that I made recently was to my camera in particular. The one that I was using before was actually the one we're on right now, which is my Canon. But the problem with it is it kept capping out at about 12 minutes. So I'd be in the middle of a game, and some of you might remember this, but I'd be in the middle of a game and it would just cap out. So all of a sudden my screen would go black and you still see the gameplay, but you wouldn't see my face. I think like I put a picture of a dog in one or something. I forget, but I was like, okay, this is not working. So I upgraded it to this little webcam, which will let me just record nonstop now, which is so nice. So like longer videos, it's much easier to do them because I'm not stressing out about whether or not the camera is working or still on. So that's been a great help just to be able to jump back and forth with that. And then one other thing that I picked up was that I bought a recording software online for my computer, which was okay, but it ran into an issue, and this was part of the reason the videos didn't come out so much in England, was it messed up the audio with the webcam, where basically the webcam was going at a slightly slower, or yeah, I think it was a slower speed. So I was like, my mouth was moving really slow while the audio was like this, and I couldn't speed it up to match it right. It wasn't working. So I've been playing around with that and getting a little bit better at fixing that. But actually, this arrived in the mail the other day. It's a external capture card, and this thing is, I'm very excited about this. I think it was around 100, 150 or something, which is, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot at the same time for something that's just a hobby. But it should allow me to not only record without any sync issues, hopefully, but it should let me record console stuff as well. And I have, what is it, a Wii, a Nintendo Wii, and a Nintendo Wii U. I'm very much a Nintendo fan. So I'm gonna see about getting some more games, maybe bringing out some old ones that I've had from the past. I guess I could even play GameCube or anything that's on the Virtual Shop. Actually, if there's any games that you guys would really love to see me play off of that, if I can get it working, fingers crossed, just like comment them down below, because I'd love to play something from your childhood or a game that's really near and dear to your heart. So all these little purchases though are definitely starting to add up. I checked my bank account the other day and went, there's not as much money in there as there used to be, which is totally okay because this is what I want to be spending my money on. It's a hobby that I really enjoy. It feeds my soul, and it feeds my soul to see that you guys really enjoy it. That, you know, I create something, you're like, yeah, it's more of that, or okay, maybe less of that. And I just enjoy the challenge of being able to do that. However, though, there is definitely a limited amount of money, and eventually I'm going to run out. So I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I am a full-time college student. So that's part of the piece that it's like, okay, so getting a job and doing the YouTube and doing full-time college, that's a lot. Plus, if you want to have any kind of a social life in there at all. So on that note, I am going to be doing a little bit more of the business side of things, hopefully earning a little bit more cash so that I can, you know, purchase more games, purchase more equipment, maybe get some new consoles so that I can get new games, because I'd love to play more of the new stuff when it's first coming out. By the way, that's not like a plea for money or like a plug for my Patreon page or something like that. I am very capable of being able to make the money moving forward, but I just want to let you know if there's like a few more games that I do multiple of the same one, you're kind of like, okay, so we've seen this game before. That's me trying to pinch a few pennies and pull a little bit more out of one game. Because I really enjoy more of the one-offs. Like I jump into a game, I'm like, okay, this is pretty fun. Then I jump out and then I jump back into something new, or I jump into something new, maybe come back to a game later. And I think that you guys enjoy that too, because I think if I mix it up, it's more enjoyable. Because you're like, okay, so what's the video today? Versus, okay, here's another Castle Crashers or something. Granted, I love Castle Crashers, but you know, we're on, what was it, episode 10 or something like that. It's time for something new. Lastly, I guess I should mention, as a college student, for the summer, I took half the amount of classes, so it was a lot easier to have more time for videos. But my finals for the summer are this week, and then I move into the next term. I do terms instead of semesters, so it's like an 8-week term, but it's like a super intense term that you're doing like 3 times the amount of work. You're like, okay, but it's a little easier for me because it's like if I'm doing math or something that I don't enjoy, I'm able to focus just purely on that. But that being the case, I am going to be a little swamped with classes coming up here soon. So just a heads up, like again, a video a day is my goal, and I am going to set to that as hard as I can. But if there are going to be, or if there are a couple days that's just like, okay, where's the video? It's probably because I'm behind in my assignments again. I think I covered everything. I'm sure there's more, but like I'll do another one of these updates every now and then, maybe once a month or something like that, just because I like keeping you guys plugged in with my personal life a little bit, though I do kind of like keeping the two separate, like being able to have the channel just be about gaming and the fun around that. Just kind of like when we talk about with friends, like a movie or something like that. But we'll plug it every now and then so you guys know what's going on and are able to kind of follow along. Guys, thanks for joining me for our little chit chat. It was fun to kind of just have a laid back talk about the channel and just kind of update on both sides of where things are at and kind of where things are headed. I guess, yeah, I'll end with the little montage of my trip to England, and I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Bye, guys.